So I took about 2 weeks off to gather my thoughts on the situation that's going on in Haiti at the moment. Now, as a person of Haitian descent that makes content, I knew sooner or later I would have to address this topic, and the situation there kind of just forced my hand. Now, watching the news and getting information from my family and friends who are on the ground, it's it's been, tragic. It's been frustrating, but at the same time, it's not surprising. For anyone who knows anything about Haitian history and society, you know that stuff like this is a long time coming, so it's not really surprising. Now, for people who are outside of the culture, the question of why always pops up. You know, why does this always happen in Haiti? Why are we always hearing stuff about Haiti? Why can't, for lack of a better word, can't Haiti just get its shit together? What is happening? What is going on? Now, if you are familiar with history, you would know that the instability in Haiti is not on accident. It's by design. It's been a long series of American policies and internal weakness that lasted for at least the past 100 years that's gotten it to this point. So, what I wanted to do with this video, I wanted to speak on this topic, but not from a position of like a political analysis and one of those complex videos because there's plenty of those already. Real Life Lore made one. I'm pretty sure Paulie Matter is gonna make one. There's plenty of videos out there on why Haiti is the mess that it is, and it goes into a political situation. Now, I've studied politics for a while, but I want to discuss this from a point of someone who's a layman who doesn't know the ins and outs of what policies cause what and economic this and this, that, and a third. So I want to explain it from a point of a layman's person and give background information. And hopefully that gives a clearer picture into why Haiti is the way that it is. So let's go ahead and start. The first place you have to start with goes all the way back to 1804 after the Haitian Revolution. Now, contrary to what Western education would tell you, the Haitian Revolution was probably one of the most, if not the most consequential revolution in modern Western history. Haiti was the first country in the Western hemisphere, in the Americas, and in Latin America, the first Latin American country, period, to abolish slavery. And it was the first free Black republic as well. What we need to understand is the United States and Europe back then and arguably still today not only controlled the economy of the world, but they were bastions of white supremacy. Like that was the mode of the society. Black people were not supposed to be free. Black people were supposed to be down here. They were supposed to be subservient. Haiti disproved that. Basically, if slavery was supposed to end, it was supposed to end on the white man's terms. Haiti ended slavery on the black man's terms. Black people said that we would end slavery. It wasn't done by white people. So that was a revolutionary thought at that time. Oh, nowadays that seems something benign. That seems something like it doesn't matter what color you are, slavery is wrong. But back then, the name of the game was black people are subservient to whites. If you're not half white, you're a slave, and that was basically it. But Haiti changed that. And it was not only a revolutionary idea, it was a very scary idea. Now, if you want more information on how revolutionary the idea was and how scary it got to the white world, I suggest you read Black Jacobins. Amazing book. Now, even though the United States fought against tyranny, and even though the United States had an idea of, freedom and liberty for all mankind, black people weren't included in that. So, because of that, all the Western powers, the United States, Great Britain, France, Spain, Portugal, they did not want to recognize Haiti at all. Even Great Britain, even though they were enemies of France at that time, they didn't want to recognize Haiti because of the message that it would send. Now, the Spanish crown definitely didn't want to recognize Haiti because Haiti was also helping out revolutions against the Spanish crowns in Latin America. Again, Haiti is the first Latin American country, and technically speaking, we are Latino, even though we don't really think about it that way, but that's a story for another time. What we have to understand is that because the great powers did not recognize Haiti, that had a profound effect on its development. The United States didn't recognize Haiti until 1864. That's only 1 year before the American Civil War ended. So think about that. No recognition from the great powers. That means no trade, no economic development. It became a huge issue. The revolution had an effect on the American psyche of white people as well. Now, around this time in Haiti, there was also some internal strife as well. by a leader named Jean Pierre Boyer. Jean Pierre Boyer was a French mulatto. Basically, he was half white, half black. His father was French. So even though he fought within the Haitian Revolution, he didn't necessarily align himself with the majority black population like that. The only reason he fought in the Haitian Revolution was because the French was going to come back and enslave everyone, because even though he's half white, they still consider him black. This was during the time of still the one drop. Now, under the Boyer administration, he did unify the entire island of Hispaniola and abolish slavery over on the Dominican side of the island. And not only that, he spearheaded a policy that would bring Black Americans to Haiti in order to become free. But his government basically failed at actually integrating the people, and he ruled over the Dominican side basically as a colonizer. He put the mulatto class in power and just ignored the majority black population on both sides of the island. That's actually the origins of the beef between Dominicans and Haitians today. Now, this weekend state basically had the shark circling, essentially. France was angry at the revolution, so they took advantage of the weakness and said they were going to invade. This is where Boyer's primary failure came in, because he paid indemnity to France. Now, what a lot of people don't really know, or basically what a misconception is, I should say, is that Haiti paid reparations for France for slavery. But that wasn't the case. Haiti didn't pay for reparations, they paid for recognition. Basically, they paid for France to recognize it and for other countries to recognize it if France would follow. Now, the recognition came at a big price tag. It was about 90 million francs, which is about $21 billion in today's money, which is about the current amount of Haiti's current economy. This crushed Haiti's economy, absolutely crushed it. They had to take out loans from both the United States and France in order to pay it. The thing is, despite that, Haiti was actually making those payments on time. They was keeping up with the payments. They was paying off their loans. They were actually doing better than other Latin American countries to pay back their debt. So the question then becomes, what happened? Well, capitalism happened. Now, in order to get a full understanding of what was happening and what I mean by that, you have to look at the Banana Wars, the Monroe Doctrine, things like that. The Monroe Doctrine being something that still happens today, but that's a story for another time. But right now, let's focus on Haiti. So Haiti was paying off his debt, but there were another group of people who had interest in Haiti as well, and that was the Germans. This was around World War I. So the Germans being in Haiti, basically America's like back door, it made America very nervous. And not only that, the Germans had a more liberal thought. They integrated more into Haitian society. They were racist, but not racist enough to have segregation, essentially. A lot of them actually married in to the Haitian population. A lot of German men took Haitian wives, and that made their children eligible to own land. Haiti at that time had a constitution where no white foreign person can own land. So all this development made the business interest in the United States very, very worried, because they had an interest in Haiti themselves. Again, look up the Banana Wars. So because of this, the business interests in the United States started to advocate for an invasion of Haiti, which happened. What needs to be understood is that this invasion and occupation was probably the most consequential event in modern Haitian history. There's a lot to go into about this, but I suggest you guys read the book Black Vietnam, that really, really goes into details about this. But not only were tens of thousands of Haitians killed, but two separate wars happened on the island at the time. The Marines seized assets in the Bank of Haiti. They invaded and took 1/3 of Haitian gold. And this gold was taken back to the United States and was actually used to fund Citigroup. I need y'all to understand something. The gold that was taken from Haiti during the 1915 occupation was used to set up one of the largest banking institutions in the world right now. This is how consequential that invasion was. And again, I said infrastructure was destroyed and institutions changed. Haiti education system used to be about liberal arts, politics, science, philosophy, medicine, things like that. When the invasion happened and they took over basically the entire land, they changed the liberal education system from liberal arts to agriculture and vocational. Now, there's nothing wrong with agriculture and vocational, but the intellectual development of the country stagnated because of that. Now, of course, this was American Marines back in 1915. They brought their racism with them. They brought their colorism with them. Colorism is still an issue that exists in Haiti today. This occupation lasted for 20 years. This was no small event. It was from 1915 to 1935. I need y'all to understand just how close we are to that time. My grandfather was born in 1920. He saw this coming up. This is not that long ago. Now, what also needs to be understood is that the racism that the Marines brought with them also had a profound effect on the psyche of Haitian people. Black nationalism became rampant. It became the core of Haitian worldview. That's actually still a trend that exists today. A lot of older people, you would hear them say, black people shouldn't fight black people. Even coming down to today, you'll find a lot of Haitians that come over from Haiti. A lot of them still have a black nationalist point of view. Now, that's not really a bad thing because I consider myself a black nationalist and a Pan-Africanist. However, that did open the door for one of the most brutal dictatorships we have ever seen in Haiti, and that was Francois Duvalier, aka Papa Doc. Now, Papa Doc was born in 1907, so he spent most of his youth seeing the Marines invade the country, seeing the racism that they brought with them, and he started to become a politician, and he had a black nationalist point of view. As a matter of fact, that's how he won the seat of presidency, through his black nationalism. Now, the thing is, Papa Doc and his son Jean-Claude Duvalier, or Baby Doc, Papa Doc and Baby Doc were not the most stable of people. They were, like I said, extreme dictators. They were brutal. They made people disappear. They had gangs roving the country, silencing dissent. That's a trend that still continues today, as a matter of fact. My parents came over here because of those regimes. Both Papa Doc and Baby Doc, they express anti-communist sentiment, and due to that, American foreign policy towards Haiti was basically back them up. If they needed help, they will send them funds, and because they were anti-communist, American politicians basically essentially ignored the problem. This was a policy from JFK to LBJ to Ford to Carter and Reagan. Now, instability in the country was further encouraged by the United States because during the time there was a swine plague around the 70s and the 80s. The United States encouraged the extermination of the Creole pig. Now, the Creole pig is extremely important to Haitian economy and the environment. And because of that extermination, that caused a massive issue for the environment and a massive issue for the economy. The United States, of course, promised to replace these pigs with a pig that was just as good, but of course it wasn't. These policies from the United States under the Duvalier regime, of course, caused massive anti-American sentiment, which they already had from the occupation. Now, Reagan isn't all to blame here, because now we have to get to the Bush and the Clinton administration. After the Duvalier regimes, we then have the Aristide administration. Now, Aristide is a very polarizing figure in Haitian politics. He was involved in street gangs enforcing his rule, but he also called for reparations from France. He also instituted a lot of reforms into the country. Education went up under him. Literacy went up under him. Access to healthcare went up under Aristide. But he did demand reparations from France and the United States for their occupation and for slavery. Now, there is some evidence that the CIA and French intelligence sought to overthrow Aristide in a coup because of his demand for reparations. CARICOM actually attempted to investigate this issue, but American agents and French intelligence basically pressured CARICOM to drop the map. I wonder why. And then there's a case of Clinton's NAFTA, which completely destroyed Haiti's rice economy, something that Clinton actually admitted was one of his goals. So I want y'all to think about where we are right now. From 1864 all the way up to 2004, we have the payment to France. We have weak leadership. We have an invasion and occupation that ruined the society. Two dictators that were backed by the United States, which instituted policies that further destabilized the economy and the environment. A trade policy that ruined one of Haiti's most important industries, and coup of a popular president. We haven't even gotten to the earthquake, the UN, the NGO missions, which raised billions of dollars and did nothing for the country, the cholera outbreak. After all this, can you understand why Haiti would be very unstable? Now, many folks would then say, okay, that's understood. We get all that. But what about the economy? Why is the economy so bad? Why can't businesses there just build themselves up, pull themselves up by their bootstraps, essentially? Like, after all this interference, there has to be a situation where foreign countries set up something, right? And yeah, therein lies Haiti's biggest problem. The economy of Haiti is not actually ran by Haitians. The economy of Haiti is actually in the hands of a few oligarchs, families who are worth billions of dollars that run the economy like a mafia. Companies like Haynes that pay Haitian garment workers and factory workers basically pennies on a dollar and sell those products for huge profit. Now, I'm not even kidding about that, by the way. Go to your packet of Hanes t-shirts and look at the back of it. It'll probably say made in Haiti. If you're wondering how exactly these gangs get their high-powered weapons and their drugs, look no further than the Biggio Group. They privately own one of the largest ports in Haiti and in the Caribbean, period. Like, the head of this group has said himself that Haiti being in chaos is actually better for business because desperate people want less money. This doesn't even account for the Bront family, who are ahead of basically most of the kidnapping gangs that are over there as well. The oligarchy situation in Haiti is why I've always told people, especially my fellow Americans, to never let a billionaire run your country. Hey, Americans out there, listen to me close. Do not let billionaires run your country. Haiti is the result. Now, when Jovenel Moise was elected back in 2017, it is rumored that he tried to change the constitution and make some economic reforms because, of course, it's a non-viable system. He was gonna break up some of the power of the oligarchs. He wanted to expand infrastructure, deal with security problems by, getting more police, reforming the military. He wanted to fix the drug and gun running problems. There are rumors that he was corrupt himself, but we do know for sure that he wanted to make some reforms and he was about to arrest one of the head oligarchs. A few weeks later, he was assassinated. The prime minister after Jovenel was Ariel Henry. He promised that he will actually hold elections within a year. He didn't. Henry also said that he wouldn't try to consolidate power. He did. Henry also denied that he was part of the plot to assassinate Jovenel Moise. Investigation found out that he was. So, yeah, protests started against him to oust him out of power. Now, the weakness of the government and the massive protests, it gave gang leaders the chance to become social leaders because now they can fill in that vacuum left by the government since the people don't see them as legitimate anymore. And here we are today. Now, I know this was a lot to take in, but I had to explain it the long way. The situation in Haiti didn't start last year. It didn't even start during the COVID years. This goes back decades. And there are things in here that I didn't even cover. But the main reason why Haiti has so many problems isn't due to some cultural or a lack of ability from the Haitian people. It's because of constant interference from the outside world. It's because of weak leadership. It's because the propping up of oligarchs by American companies. What I want y'all to understand about this is that no other Caribbean country has dealt with this. Other Caribbean countries do have corrupt leadership. I'm not doubting that. Other Caribbean countries have been interfered with. I'm not doubting that at all. But to the extent that Haiti has, it's just no comparison. All of that is going to have an effect. It's going to make the country worse. That's why it has all these problems. Now, it's not completely hopeless for Haiti. The people are very, very resilient. The people are very, very smart, hardworking. If you ever met a Haitian person in your life, you'll probably meet one of the kindest, most intelligent person that you ever meet in your life. So it's not hopeless. As a matter of fact, I'll probably argue that the invasion of 1915 was probably worse. So we can get through this, and we are going to get through this. And I know things will turn out for the better if we just give it some time. And if the Haitian people are allowed to decide for themselves their own direction and not from outside interference. But I just wanted to lay out in layman's terms why things just seem so horrible and why things just seem so hopeless. It's a lot to take in, it's a lot to deal with, but I do hope I made it clear. And if you're a praying person, pray to whoever you pray to, send one to my people. And that's all I gotta say, y'all. Just remember that dark is beautiful, and peace.